Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns and Ross Henderson from Gympie, and this is a really special information call because we're going to be covering some of the updates from the TGA, which is the Therapeutics Goods Act, and some of our products are governed under this. And it's not any really huge deal, but you're going to get an email from corporate tomorrow, so we wanted to make sure that you were clear on the information, what it means for you, what the changes are, what you need to know, and what you can and can't do now. And it's not don't panic or anything. It's only 10 of our products that come under the Therapeutics Good Administration, which is all our tableted and capsulated products. So there's 10 of them. So these are the changes in regards to those products only, okay? So let's get going with the slide. And now, Irene was on the corporate call as well. I don't know if there's anyone else that was on that. I don't know if Jan got to be on it because she's got guests. So do you want to run through?
Yeah, so look, everything's basically exactly the same. We still have our labelling law. We still have our mega dosage law. All of those laws, we just threw that up just to have an understanding of what that was. All right? So really what it is what can you say? We need to be consistent with claims made in the current or then Herbalife nutrition materials or product labels. Virtually, that's what we're saying at the moment. That's the simplest way to explain it, and I can read out the next page in a minute. But virtually, what it's saying is you just stole it. The product information book. I know you didn't. So within our product information booklets, within the pages, under the sections, within your catalogue, within the information that's been available recently that Herbalife has the downloadable assets, that's what you can say. That's really where it comes down to. That's the simplest and easiest way to explain it. And we'll go through some of the products a little bit further down, but that's all you have to remember. What the information that we have within our product information guides is what we can say. And basically stick to that and stay with that. That's the easiest and simplest way to look at it. Yep. So this is straight off our Herbalife website. So we haven't got the email either. All I did today is went into into my Herbalife and pulled up exactly what we're talking about in a very small out form. So I'll read that out of this because it's cut off in the corner here. So lawful, truthful, and not misleading. All claims, representations, and testimonials made in writing, verbally, online, or by any other means must be lawful, truthful, and not misleading, which we already know. So it's our gold standards.
Yeah, so it comes under our gold standard policy anyway. Yeah.
Claims must be substantiated in writing before the claim is actually made. Consistent with claims made in the then/current Herbalife nutrition materials or product labels. Claims must not arouse unwarranted or unrealistic expectations, the product's effectiveness, encourage or be likely to encourage inappropriate or excessive use. So for Australia, where Herbalife nutrition products have been entered on the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods, i.e. the product display. So if you actually look on all your tablets and supplements, and I know that may be difficult to see at the moment, but down the bottom corner where it says Australia, it has a little L after it. They're the products we're talking about, and there's only 10 of them. And they are basically, they rattle at the moment. That's the easiest way to understand it. That's all we're talking about. All right? So Australia, they have an L or Australia with an R number on its label. The following additional rules apply to those products and their promotion. No product samples, this is important, no product samples may be provided. So you can't wrap it up in something and give a customer a sample of anything that's a supplement or a tablet. All right?
And Herbalife's never done that either.
We haven't done that anyway. Yeah. Presentations for vitamin and mineral supplements must not claim or imply that the supplements are a substitute for good nutrition or balanced diet, or B, are in any way superior or more beneficial than dietary nutrients. 3, members must not make any personal testimonial, oral or written, about the product, and if using the testimonial of an immediate family member, this must be disclosed in the testimonial. And 4, members who are doctors and other healthcare professionals must not make any claim which may be considered an endorsement of the product.
So that's really important, that paragraph, just so you know, we're getting you very clear on this. So for those 10 supplements, tablets, as a member, you cannot make a personal testimony about that product. I need you to be very clear on this because this is the important part.
It is.
Can you use a client's results? Sure. But you have to state if it's a family member. But, you know, don't worry about that, because there's lots of really great information about the targeted products. And when I think about where our main business comes from, it's really ultimate programs and things like that. And then generally the targeted nutrition is usually an upgrade, like they're once you've got to know them. So even if you're talking to a client, like we'll say we're here talking to each other about the products, and Ross asked me a question about my results on an individual product that's a tablet, I still can't tell them my result. I can say I'm using it. I can read from the product information guide and slides on what Herbalife said I can say about it. So just be really clear on that, because we really want to be in alignment with the TGA.
Yep.
It's important for Herbalife that we protect Herbalife. So it's going to be hard, because guess what? We're so used to, us old schoolers, right? How difficult it's going to be for us to go even about the NRG or anything like that. So we have to be really careful not to do that. We can still say, I feel this is my results on the Ultimate program or the Quick Start program. And then you've got all the other products. Think about all the rest of the products that we have that are not tablets. There's heaps. So just keep in mind with your tableted products. And I would probably recommend that once you're getting someone on program, getting them great results, they can still share your before and afters and everything with your Ultimate programs, with all the disclaimers and individual results may vary, all the usual things still in place with that. But then when it comes to upgrading people onto the targeted nutrition, do it by reading out of the product information guide or the corporate slides that are available, which we're going to show you as well.
Yeah.
So can I ask, is this is then a Herbalife suggestion, or this is what the TGA have told Herbalife, this is what we then have to do?
This is all companies, that have capsulated and tabulated, all nutrition companies have. So imagine ones that aren't really prepared for this.
Yep. So I'm not going to go into the products, but if
Thank you. No, I just wanted to get it sort of in my head, so I make sure I'm doing the right thing. So.
Yep. So if you went into the Therapeutics Goods Administration page at the moment and you had a look at some of the things, it will clearly tell you all the products that actually cannot be even sold at the moment because they don't meet certain standards. But that's totally separate, because I went looking for information and bits and pieces, and it's not just to understand that.
So I want you to feel confident in that Herbalife knows what they're doing. They're always ahead. They've got everything in place. We've got so much amazing resources. Use the resources available to you and really start learning those and leaning on those. That's what I would suggest. But still think about you were using an Ultimate program to get your results, how you can share that still with before and afters. And all the other products too. There's the skin and the new hair care and things like that.
That's exactly right.
We've got so much where, so it's just a slight adjustment, and I don't want you to think of it as any big deal, but you're going to get some members that maybe don't see this call and they get an email. And if they're worried or concerned, then you can get them to listen to this or just have a bit of a chat and get it very clear for them. So obviously with social media, and you only have to see it sometimes what people do when they post a product and they've got all these wild, outrageous, things about it, that we just have to be very careful on the way that we present those sort of things with the gold standard in mind and everything coming from the product information guide. So what I would suggest is using the Herbalife Facebook page and the Herbalife 24 Facebook page, because all their posts that they've already created professionally for you have information that is allowed to be said and shared.
And why would you reinvent it when they have such their pictures are so clear and concise and it's great anyway. So why reinvent it when they already do a good job of it?
Absolutely. So start using corporate stuff. It's there for you to be used and shared. It's all approved. It looks professional. You want to look professional. So definitely start doing that. So I hope that clarifies a few things. So what else did you have?
So the biggest thing you've got to look at then is this question. When we all become members, do we read the manuals? Do our people read the manuals? Are they reading them fully in full detail? And everybody glosses over some of the rules and regulations, and they're there for a reason, to protect the brand. And we need to understand that and take your time and read through that information. One of the things that I picked up with Shelley that we had a little debate about, because we had a few after the card, because we said at the beginning, Irene, everybody listened to the same thing but kept asking the same question. And it was like, and we're all different, because I come from a world that was corporate, rules, regulations. Straight away, as soon as I said, I get what I can do, and that's it, was done. I realised where I stood. Shelley kept asking questions. I'm going, but they're going to say this, they're going to say this. And we all listen to it differently. One of the things that they did raise, depending on what the email says when it does come out, presumably tomorrow, is they said you can actually state a customer's result. You can say what a customer did. I concern myself, but I would not actually do that moving forward, because what happens if you know that's customer, that's a friend of Shelley's, and that's the customer, you're not aware, that customer suddenly become a member. You no longer state that Mary Jane can say that. The minute they become a member, they fall under this guidelines. Whether that member is actually or is selling the product or not, even if they're just using it for their own personal use, you can't say it. It's important. Is that right, Irene?
TGA doesn't differentiate between a customer, VIP customer, which is a member, or just a business member. The TGA doesn't differentiate.
No.
You all under the same umbrella.
Yep. So we just need to understand that, and so from there, if you look at, and they may not be perfect to read, but this is out of our downloadable assets at the moment. So you can look at a probiotic and you can go, what are the ingredients? How does this benefit you? And you can read that part. Whatever's in that sheet on every one of those, you can say that.
Or in your product information guide. And there's so much information on there as well. So, really extract that so that you can use it in your language when you're presenting that product.
Yep.
So we'll obviously have to change our product training slightly as well.
Yeah. So we really need to, the best thing you could do right now is go back to the product information guides, go through it, have a look at it, and then think to yourself, how do I normally talk about whatever product it is? And what do I normally say? Hang on a minute, I can't say it helps with anymore because it doesn't say that on the slide.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Also, how many times have we had lately where a product's actually been able to have more said about it and they've had to change the label and update it? So those things will happen too. So I think really think about what we do have and what we can do, not what we can't do.
Yeah.
And then just work on that. So I think you've got a few more slides just to show you how professional everything looks.
So we already have, there's two different versions at the moment. So one is the downloadable asset, which is the one that's on the screen at the moment. And then the other one is the little booklet, which is a little bit harder to read. So, this one, which is the downloadable asset in the system, they're two different ones. And that has a few ingredients, but then you look at the multivitamin, and if you follow that, it has a few more things. It also clearly states you've got to have to do this as well. How do I take it? I can take one tablet 3 times a day.
And look what you can say. Over 20 vitamins, immune health, antioxidants. How cool is that?
That's right. You can't turn around and say, oh, I take X whatever so many times. No, you can't talk that anymore. Even if you've got someone else in the room, you can't talk that anymore because you don't know whether that person could record you or put it somewhere. You have to follow the recommended dosage. If you choose to do whatever you choose to do with it, you choose to do what you choose to do it. But you have to say what you can and you can't do.
Recommended dosage,
whatever.
It's going to set the bar high for us, so I think it's quite a good thing with Herbalife, though, because I think this means it's going to set us apart from everyone.
We'll have the highest standards in the industry.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you look at this as well, it says, who's it suitable for? Those who need the additional boost of energy. Those who find difficulty in keeping up with having a well-balanced diet.
So Herbalife's clever. They're able to put in certain words and things in a different way. So look, but they know what they're doing. So we need to trust the information, use the information as an asset and as our strength, knowing that everything's all done for us.
Yep. Yeah. So look, they're all the same. Doesn't matter which slide. That's all we've really got is those 10 pictures in different versions, exactly the same thing.
And I like the Chitosan because that's one of the ones that's been upgraded recently to say that you can take 7 capsules a day. Like remember, it was always 1 3 times a day or whatever, and that's been recently changed. So things change and laws and regulations where we can say
like it says there. Yeah. How do I take it? 7 capsules per day, taken over 3 meals. Drink plenty of water. Not a problem.
Yeah, which I don't think I've ever taken 7.
There you go.
Anyway, so personal choice as well, but that's on the label. So
and it also says may support healthy digestive system and assist the maintenance of normal healthy cholesterol levels in healthy individuals. So there is so much information in there. If you go back and reread the slides and go, hang on a minute, I've just got to change 1 or 2 words, be a little bit more careful in how I say it. And don't ad-lib it, and don't use a little Chinese whisper and go, I can say a little bit, and then it just says a little bit more, and all of a sudden we're out this far of a storyline, which is so far away from what the product is. The information is fantastic when you really read through it. Yeah.
So it's just like learning the Herbalife Opportunity meeting presentation and some of the adjustments we've had to do with that. and you know it off by heart almost. This will be the same thing. We need to get where it's almost second nature, where it just rolls off our tongues and we've got it all pat.
Yep.
So it's just practice and reading it. We'll do some presentations with it as well, so everyone can start getting really good on it.
Yeah, well, I like, the fact that, when you look at it, and Jan would be a good example of what she says, and I know she's on. She doesn't like the fact that we often, and we all say that, some people say this, I jumped on a Herbalife program. Well, why did you jump on it? Think about the words you use. Think about the words you use. I started on a Herbalife program. You really stop and think about your own testimonial, the words you're using, write it down if you have to, read over and go, that doesn't sound right. Hang on a minute, how would I say this?
Yeah.
It's important that you just be professional, because we're professionals, so be professional.
Yep.
Sorry, Aaron.
That's okay. I just think that everybody should realise that we are word merchants, that it is our words that make our business.
Yep.
And how we behave. They're the two most important things. And you don't want to destroy the goose that lays the golden egg. You want to really... And one of the things they said was that the TGA will be looking around to see what company isn't quite doing the right thing. And they'll be looking for one to make an example of, and not to make sure that it isn't Herbalife. And that's really important for all of us.
Absolutely.
And also you can have your before and after photo. That's fine.
Yep.
Definitely. There's so much we can say. And look, it's only 10 tabulated and capsured products. But you're right, we want to be the one that sets the highest example out of everybody as well. So
like I said, it's only the products that have got that little L down in Australia that you've really got to be careful, very careful what you say, and follow the guidelines.
Hayley did say, and you might not have heard it, she did say to check your posts and your previous posts to make sure that they are the correct standard, because they won't just look what's now and the future, but they may look back as well. So go back and check your previous posts, so that the TGA doesn't get a chance to grab Herbalife.
And I think social media is going to be the good point with that. So everyone, I only really do Facebook, but a lot of people have got many social media platforms. So just be very aware of what you're sharing, and you need to teach your people and help educate them as well.
Could I just ask you another question too? The Therapeutic Goods Act, is this purely within Australia or within other Herbalife countries around the world too?
Australia.
Just Australia. Okay.
There are similar regular bodies around the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is the Australian one.
I think it's good.
They make the law for us, and we abide by them.
Okay.
So I think, looking at there's great resources. I love the product information guide. Obviously, there's a new one coming up with the new Herbal Aloe Strengthening Shampoo and Conditioner, which I'm really loving using. I've really noticed lots of results with that. And think about all the products that aren't tablets that you can share your personal testimonial with, and then start learning the product information guide and these slides for the TGA listed products, which is all your tablets. So just going through them, join support, and there's so much information really when you look at it. Right?
Yeah, when you look at it, there's so much you can say that we probably don't already say. That we actually, if we went back and read it, we went, hang on a minute, we can promote this so much better than we probably are because of the information that's on a lot of these sheets.
Because even NRG, so this is a really popular one with us. It's in every single Ultimate program. So when you're looking at it as an individual product, this is what you'd be reading out. Even though we would love to say so much more about how much we love the NRG, we'd have to say this is what the product is good for.
Yep.
And I'm sure you can say you're using
on the
it.
next one of that, it actually gives you a few more things. So,
yeah.
It provides a gentle boost, reduces
those
fatigue.
who want an additional boost of energy, those who want to maintain mental alertness, those who feel fatigued and restless during the day. So it's all good stuff. So cellulose is one, obviously, in the Ultimate program as well, helping with fluid balance and healthy elimination of water. It's just the way that you say it, and the electrolytes. Again, those who are on a weight management program, and those who want supporting with fluid balance.
Yep.
Is there more? Rose Guard. That's pretty good. Antioxidant activity-free. Radical scavenger.
Yep.
So immune support. So there's lots and lots Is this, how many slides are there?
That's pretty
Oh,
well.
Dong Quai is the last one.
Yep.
So, and Dong Quai, we all love Dong Quai again and the things. And look, there's actually a fair bit when you look at it.
And you read that.
Dong Quai is a traditional herb that assists in the relief of premenstrual symptoms, muscular aches and pains, nervous tension, stress, and mild anxiety, and supports restful sleep. So that pretty much wraps up Dong Quai in a nice little bundle.
Pretty well.
So yes, we can't say what's happened to us personally, but we can read off that. And it's still, I would find it very easy to upgrade someone just on that information.
Yep.
And if they say, are you using it? I'd say, yes, I am. That's all I need to say.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Irene, did you want to add anything else?
No, I think you've covered it all very much. I think the most important thing is to know that it will help your business. You will actually find it easier to do business because you can just read if you want, and you know you're doing the right thing. But also, the ultimate program will be probably the easiest one to say, well, it's all in there, everything you need. And you don't have to go into so much detail about each individual one. You can just show the book if you want. I think that it's going to make a big difference to our businesses in a very positive way. I really do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Irene. That's perfect. That's perfect. So I want you to have full confidence that Herbalife knows what they're doing. They're ahead of everyone else. They're always that leader. They're always sourcing out to make connections with these sort of government bodies to make sure they're doing things right, all their labelling's right. So we're lucky. We're probably, one of the leaders with this, and look at it as a positive that it makes us a stronger company, and the members will be stronger because we're trained better. We're doing everything, above board, and that's what we need to do. So just keep in mind with your social media stuff, go back and check some of your posts. I know I will need to.
Yep.
So just, go and have a look at all of that. I know a few of the members on the call yesterday were going, I think, every post that I do is that. So they're going to have to go and change. And I'm probably not so much with that. I know people know I do have but I'm probably more shake recipes and things like that rather than an individual product as much. I might pick out an ingredient and do it that way, so I'm a little bit more low key with that sort of stuff too. So did anyone have any questions?
No, I actually think it's a good thing, really. I think, like you say, it sets us apart, so I actually don't see it as a negative. I think you're right, it makes us stronger and more credible when we're trying to help people with products, so I actually think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Yep. And it's an Australian thing, which means every company that's in Australia is doing exactly what we're doing. So it's not like we're all on the same level playing field. We're all playing the same game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's perfect.
So make sure if you haven't got a product information guide, they're only a couple of dollars from myherbalife.com.au. Even the new little product guides, I think they look cute and they're a really nice picture.
Oh, haven't seen the new one. I've got the other ones. I always have one in my bag, always to refer to if I'm out.
So I think it's a really great product brochure. It's very effective looking. This recording will go out. I'll put the link in the comment section of the post. So please make sure you tag anyone or send them the recording. So generally what I do is when I'm sending them a recording link, because it'll be a YouTube link, is I click on the link and it comes up, and then I just copy in the toolbar at the top, what it's called.
The URL.
Yeah, I copy that. I actually copy it, and then or I click on and the recording comes up, and then I just copy it there, whichever one. It doesn't matter. Just so then you've got the correct link to go to the correct person. So you can put message of that. You can email it. You could even text it to someone if they do everything on their phone. So just make sure you get the information out. Read the email when it comes out from Herbalife. It'll be happening. If it's not tomorrow, I'm sure it'll be very soon. And if you've got any questions or anything, put them in the comment section if you've got any queries and that. But just have full confidence that you've got everything at your fingertips, and that we're just so lucky to have a Herbalife looking after us the way they do.
Remembering also that if you don't have the product guide in the last couple of weeks, all of this information you're looking at, all these slides in front of you with the products on, has been downloaded to you in your weekly supplement. It's all there. So everything I've got up in front of me is just a screenshot of what I've printed off the weekly supplement. That's all they are. So they're all available to you. If you go, oh my, what am I going to say tomorrow? Just go back in your weekly supplement, find it, download it, print it if you choose to, or just download it to your computer and open it up in front of somebody. It's perfectly fine.
And if you can't find it, just call Herbalife or email them. They'll send it back to you. Yep. So it's just cool. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being on the call. I hope you got some good information from it and feeling really confident and excited about this, that we're going to move forward and be more stronger than ever. and start getting some of those resources. Look out for the email tomorrow, and the reporting will go out shortly.
Thank you, John. That's great.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. I'll stop sharing.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.